A very good morning. We're back with another daily market outlook. EURUSD has pushed down lower, so we're now going to be trying to identify if there are any potential shorts on the board. What is up, guys? My name is Fabio, and in today's market outlook, we're diving into EURUSD and the other major dollar pairs, and of course gold. So EURUSD itself has pushed down lower in towards this area of demand, as we can see, pretty much as expected. Remember, in yesterday's video, we mentioned we had this inside bar candle, which is now playing up as an area of supply. So this daily area of supply has not yet achieved something. Just keep that in mind. What it just simply is an internal area of supply, just pushing price down lower in towards maybe a lower area of demand before then pushing up higher again. So again, it's just a supply zone which not yet has achieved something, but it does have a lot of potential. Because if the market, for example, were to push lower from here, break and close below this fractal low, we could then expect, for example, a pullback in towards that supply and then a continuation down. Because in order for this to be a valid area of supply, the market needs to achieve something. Obviously, we always prefer these kind of candlesticks, which are very clean, let's say a clean buy before a massive sell-off in towards downside, to be an area of supply. That is potentially what we can expect. Therefore, I'm trying to keep an eye on this. Furthermore, if we go in towards the 4-hour time frame, what we can see yesterday is pretty much also what we explained, guys. Remember, this area of 4-hour demand did not hold. So we had a push in towards the highs, a very clean push without any liquidation in that move up. And then what you see happening is that we swipe our own low. So yes, we do now have a bearish change of character because this was your change of character low. However, keep in mind, guys, that it was just simply a swipe. When you see a change of character, for example, with a candle closure and the candle closes below this low over here, then it is far stronger. At the moment, however, there is still a lot of liquidity being laid below the lows over here. So we have this low trying to take out this low. We have this low now trying to take out that low. So there's still a lot of liquidity underneath that area on the 4-hour time frame. So I am still interested in a potential short, definitely back down in towards 1.10993. So if we then look at the 15-minute time frame, we can then identify the potential short. Because on the 15-minute time frame, we have been bearish all the way, right? So we can see clear push down, pull back, grabs liquidity. Clean push down, pull back, clean push down, pull back, has now grabbed liquidity. So if you zoom in here on the 15-minute time frame, first of all, if we look at the overall trend from this swing high into the swing low, what can we see? Well, we can very clearly see that we've pulled back in towards 618 points or 618/0.5 fib. We've grabbed liquidity above the swing high. We pushed in towards an area of supply. And this morning, what also happened is that we, and let me just note that down, pushed in towards the highs above the Asian range high. So now, furthermore, looking at this area of supply, it is now potentially interesting to look for a short, especially after the change of character, guys. So we had a change of character here, which indicates to me this is now your area of supply here on the 15-minute time frame. So I am now looking for a potential short in towards the downside with my stop loss above the high. But personally, I'm not very interested in these, let's say, limit orders. What I'll be looking for mainly is to see if we can get kind of like a double break. So I want to see a push in towards here, confirmation that this is an area of supply, and then we'll see another push in towards the downside. So that's what I got my eyes open on at the moment. Potential shorts here on our hands on the 15-minute time frame. Just keeping an eye on the 4-hour to potentially grab liquidity underneath this low over here, okay? So that's what I'm looking at. Just keep in mind, though, of course, the 4-hour is still bullish, with this being the swing low, this being the swing high. So we could also just push up higher, for example, even in towards this area of 4-hour supply. And then again, we'll just have to readjust what we're looking for on the 15. Now, going to the dollar index itself, the dollar index actually pushed up higher yesterday, as we mentioned. Remember what we said about the fact that we had kind of like this break of this change of character high over here after sweeping liquidity. We broke this high. So we pushed up higher, and you can see the market pretty much stalled in this overall buy before the sell. I was actually looking at this refine zone, which is still untouched. Now, we can still just push up higher from here. So I'm keeping an eye on the dollar index for now, just to see what and how we're going to react to this overall zone. But for now, it is still bullish. So there is still potential for the dollar index to push up higher. So yeah, just keep that in mind. Now, going in towards Aussie dollar, what are we seeing on that pair? So Aussie dollar itself has pushed up higher once again. So this is the danger, guys, of trying to trade here on Aussie dollar. What you can very clearly see is that if we just go into the daily again, remember guys, the daily is still fractal bullish, indicating that we're not yet ready for those shorts. We had this area of demand, so this sell before a buy, indicating again that we're still bullish. So now what we can, however, see, and I'm just going to remove this daily swing high, is that this was your fractal high break, indicating again that this is now your fractal low. So the low, which we're now looking at, is the low of that bullish candle. Once that low goes, then I'll be interested in a short. Until then, don't look for those shorts just yet, because you're just going to get your hands burnt, in my opinion. Going in towards the 4 hour as well, you can just see that we've been ranging. So I am personally just waiting until that daily time frame shifts on Aussie dollar before I'm going to be looking for a short, okay? So not really going into towards the lower time frame. I'm just waiting. Until then, Aussie dollar could just still push up higher to potentially grab liquidity above this swing high over here, which we have the kind of like these highs, right, with this, let's say, trend line. So this could just be a liquidity grab to then start selling off in towards the downside. But if we start breaking the daily fractal low, then I would be more interested in a potential short. Going in towards pound dollar, before I forget. So pound dollar here, let's see. So pound dollar actually saw a daily change of character, guys. So remember, this was your daily fractal high. So we get a push up, we get a push down, we get a push up again. And then yesterday, this bearish candle over here broke the daily fractal low. So it actually pushed down lower. Again, guys, it is more interesting when you see a candle close below the low, because it just indicates that there's more, let's say, bearish momentum. Because now it could just also just be seen as a liquidity grab, but still it is a valid daily change of character. So let's keep our eyes open for a potential short on GBPUSD. However, just keeping in mind that it could also be a liquidity grab. Now going in towards the 4 hour time frame, this is why I'm not just going to start shorting pound dollar just yet, guys. I'm getting this question a lot. Fabio, are you ready to short pound dollar? Because we saw a break of structure up, now break of structure down. Are we now ready to sell off? Guys, if you want to gamble, you can start selling from here, in my personal opinion. But again, we can now see the market has pulled back in towards that 0.5, 0.618. It pulled in towards, let's say, this daily area of supply, which we're still inside. But personally, I'm just going to be waiting for another low break to confirm the bearish trend, guys, to confirm the bearish trend, and to confirm that this is not just a liquidity grab of this low over here with kind of like this V-shaped reversal. So I'm going to be waiting. Going in towards the daily, I just gave my reason why. Going in towards the 4 hour, we have also not seen a candle close below this low yet, so this just could be a liquidity grab. Therefore, waiting for a double break, then I'll be interested in a potential short on pound dollar. Obviously, after zooming out after that massive overextended move in towards the upside, okay? And then we'll be selling it quite further down. So that's GBPUSD. Going in towards NZDUSD. So NZDUSD was actually the best one of them all. I actually was looking for a long yesterday. I shared it inside Discord. So make sure to join, link in the description down below. But what you can see here on the daily time frame is, again, what actually is the most beautiful one of them all, where we have a clear sell for a buy. We wick in towards that freshly created demand zone. Again, watch back yesterday's video and you'll understand. In towards that freshly created demand zone, and then from there we just push up higher. So you can see the daily order flow just being respected. Now again, we have a fractal high break over here, which now means that the order flow has just shifted in towards this overall sell for the buy candle, okay? So now, instead of this low over here, right, from yesterday, this low should now be protected. So I'm now keeping an eye on this protected low. If we pull back in towards here, we could just continue up higher. If the daily fractal low breaks, then I'll be interested in a short after grabbing that liquidity, again, which I mentioned in yesterday's video. So looking for a correction on NZDUSD, especially after this move all the way up. But at the same time, we're being realistic, and we need to understand that the overall bullish momentum is still active, and we need bearish confirmation in order to understand that we're ready to look for a short. Therefore, only shorting here. Until then, longs are just still on the table. I was actually looking to buy above this line over here, black line. I sent a limit in the TTA family group. If you want to join, make sure just to join the free Discord, and there's going to be an explainer video on how to get signals from me. But yeah, as we can see now, demand is over here in control. So as long as this demand zone is respected, we should continue up higher. But if that demand zone is broken, then we also break the daily fractal low, and then I'll be looking for a short. So until then, just further upside expected. Now going in towards our last pair, which is gold. So this is the wrong one. Going into gold here on the 4 hour. So like I mentioned yesterday, gold has been ranging quite a lot. Like this is kind of like the range, and what happened yesterday is that we just, let's say, broke below the range low and just liquidated it, and now pushing back up higher again. The 4 hour is not very interesting to look at. All I can say is that we broke the fractal low here on the 4 hour. This is now your fractal high, this is now your fractal low, so we could move down lower. Going in towards the 1 hour, what is nice is that we pretty much had a range of liquidity over here, all these highs getting liquidated, of people trying to short on, let's say, the break retest of resistance or support over here, right? This is kind of like a support resistance level, so a lot of people trying to short. So we get that liquidated high, and now we're pushing in towards the upside. So looking for a potential sell-off actually on gold once again, either from let's say this top zone over here. So this could be your potential sell, or once we liquidate this high over here, we should or could, if we break, let's say, the lows over here, continue down lower again. So this is kind of like a structural low. If you go in towards the 15-minute time frame, you'll see that as well. So yeah, potential shorts on gold, but it does need some development. If we're just here in the highs of this range, then we could look for a sell-off again, but we need that bearish confirmation. So that's it for today, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. Wish you all a fantastic trading day, and we'll speak soon. Make sure to join Discord as I'm active there. Thanks.